Hello and how yins doing, and welcome back to Lucas Carries, the highly requested, just the all-around best thing that Two Jagoffs has ever produced. I am your host, Lucas Kuhns, joined here with the four horsemen and special guest, the Buffalo. So we are back here in the studio today. This is the first time Lucas Carries has made a studio appearance. And, I've been getting real sick of that Austin guy just taking everything over. He's Pittsburgh's least favorite Jagoff. So during this event right here, Two Jagoffs Live, I called up a little friend of mine, someone I have gotten to dearly be connected with, Andrew Palace, as we call him, AP. And I had him take care of him. So I think that we should do a little interview special on Lucas Carries here and bring in Pittsburgh's least favorite Jagoff, known as Coat Rack Cairns. Everybody give it up, give it up. Yep, I know you're at home clapping right now. Only Jack's doing it. That's fine. It's still one person.
Shut up.
We got the Buffalo here, special guest.
It's a bison, damn it.
Four horsemen.
Oh.
Bison, Buffalo, same thing.
Oh.
Yeah, how's your back?
It hurts, damn it. Have you ever gone through a table?
No, I don't think you're really that good at wrestling. Usually I'm the one putting you through tables.
I'm not a wrestler. That's the thing. I'm a commentator.
You should probably do a better job at wrestling then.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Austin Cairns. This is not Lucas Carries. I apologize.
What?
We're not doing Lucas Carries.
You told me if I come down, I could do Lucas Carries.
I'm sorry. That's the only way I knew I could get you down here. I had to deal with Nick Brown last week. I did put him in his place about his damn Dallas Cowboys. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. But I had to deal with DTNB last week. I had to deal with all these crazy wrestlers thinking they can one-up me. Like, I'm Pittsburgh's favorite Jagoff. I'm 880's most elite, damn it. And you're going to sit up here and tell me that those wrestlers, those no-good bastards, think they're better than me? Leaders by example, picking on me every week. Chug Bogman turning me into a coat rack every single week. And now Andrew Palace picking me up and slamming me through a goddamn table at my event, the event that we raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for this university? You're telling me that is what happens to me? Oh, hell no. This ain't Lucas Carries. This ain't Andrew Palace's pity party. This is Two Jagoffs, damn it. And today, we're talking some NFL. What? Don't you fucking say it.
You do kind of look like a coat rack, though.
I'm not a coat rack. I am not a coat rack. Stop that. No. That's nonsense. It's fake news. I'm not having it. Absolutely not. 6'7", what are you doing with your hands over there? No, absolutely not.
I was doing kind of are.
Oh, I thought you were doing 6'7". I'm about to say
6'7".
But no, this is Two Jagoffs. My back is killing me. If you could not tell, I got stretched out a little bit during this episode. Lucas, it's great to have you back in studio, my friend. How's life been treating you since the Two Jagoffs live event? You got to run audio and music for it.
I did. Life is lifing. You got to love life when life is life. The four horsemen are all here today. Steve's got that majestical looking pen. It's almost as magical as Purple Mountain Majesty, which is the color of his horns. NFL is crazy.
NFL is crazy.
Can't believe the Steelers upset the supposed best team in the league. Looking around here, can't really think of anything else going on.
That's it?
That's pretty much it. I mean, I've been making some pretty banger memes and posting them in your Facebook comment sections.
Yeah. AI pictures of me as a.
Okay, say it.
I'm not saying
it.
I'm not saying it.
It's a goat rack. It was a goat rack.
I'm not a coat rack.
I mean, kind of are though.
I'm not a coat rack.
I mean, criminals say that they didn't do anything wrong either, but
Okay. Well, last week I did have DTNB as our special guest selector for the NFL Weekly Predictions. The week before, you were on, and we were actually joined with Nick Shermito. And I'm happy to announce that the next 2 weeks, we will also be joined by two very special guests, two also current Point Park students. We're trying to give some more students chances to showcase some of their skills and see what they have to bring to the Jagoff table. I don't know what the hell you were doing right now.
I had to get my pen.
Okay.
I'm about to start writing. Can you hear it?
I can hear the pen.
Two Jagoffs ASMR.
Absolutely not. But no, I want to kind of talk about Two Jagoffs Live real quick and the episode we just had this past Sunday before we get into this, because my goodness, Two Jagoffs made history. In all seriousness, I know we're playing into the whole table spot. I am very thankful that Andrew Palace, I'm very thankful that Kyle Archer, Dean Bernie Ankney, Robbie and Smikowski, President Chris Broussals, and Justin Fortunato, all the guests that we had on Two Jagoffs Live, came down, showcased their skills. Kyle, of course, tried to get me the break by doing a little bit of a song and dance performance. Palace brought the energy at the beginning of the show and ended off the show in an absolute bang with my first ever table bump. I'm very proud of the way that turned out. Obviously, Bernie Agnew, former guest of the show. Brassalis, former guest. Robbie Smikowski's, I mean, he's pretty much been on the show 5 or 6 times at this point. I mean, Robbie's just a name state here on Two Jagoffs. And then Justin Fortunato, who never even joined the podcast, came and shared his story as well for the first time. So thank you all so much to everybody that came to that event. DTNB and I actually did a big recap on it, more in depth on Steel City Commuters yesterday. So definitely go check that out. Kevin actually came down and talked a little bit about it on the radio show on Monday. And I know Lucas and I is going to talk about it here in a minute in Two Jagoffs, but I really can't thank you all so much for coming down. And for anybody that could not make it to this event, don't you worry. We actually recorded the entire thing. We're in the midst of the editing process. It was a 5-camera system, so, you know, it's a lot of editing, a lot of camera switches we got to worry about. But there will be clips, there will be reels, there will be full-length episodes. There will even be the full-length podcast itself, all on this YouTube page very soon. So please subscribe. Make sure you turn on those notifications because Two Jagoffs content will be coming out along with our normal scheduled episodes. Not only that, we just hit over 100 subscribers on YouTube, I saw. So shout out to the YouTube page for growing. Most of our following is over on Spotify. I'm glad to see we're starting to catch some traction now on YouTube and TikTok even a little bit after the Greg Brown episode. So thank you all so much for the continued support. Merch is out right now. We got these amazing Two Jagoffs t-shirts. It has the logo on the back as well. I've been wearing them almost every episode because, I mean, these shirts right here are just incredible. Limited supply of larges are left for only $25. DM me, DM LK, any of the team, the Two Jagoffs accounts. We will hook you up with some Two Jagoffs merch. With that being said, though, I also want to thank the people that helped behind the scenes of Two Jagoffs Live. This man right here was single-handedly responsible for every bit of audio and music that was played during the show. We try to give it like a wrestling-type feel, like everybody got their own distinguished entrances. And obviously, I mean, Lucas is really the only person that I know that I could trust enough to be able to cue music at the right time slot. So, LK, I thank you so much for stepping up into that. You got there extremely early. You were one of the first ones there, actually, helping us set up, and you were one of the last ones that left. So I really appreciate you coming down. Tanner, you're amazing, dude. I mean, you hooked us up with this studio all the time. We actually ran into him earlier today before we recorded, and he's just a great guy. Helped us with camera work. Former Steel City commuter guest Ryan Quinn was on the camera. There was another student that I forgot to catch her name. I apologize, but I appreciate you for running camera. Bryn Reeves, former Two Jagoffs guest, was the director of the show. She kind of like she was me, but behind the scenes because I couldn't really be behind the scenes when I'm on camera. So thank you to Bryn for showing up and helping. And thank you so much to the Point Park University for even allowing me to do that event. They gave us full creative control. It felt like a Two Jagoffs episode, but in person. You don't have anything to say on that?
Well, I mean, yeah, I thought you were going to keep going.
No, I was trying to get your opinion. It was like a full episode in person.
Yeah, it was like a little bit longer.
A little bit longer. It's 2 hours.
A little break in between, you know. We don't really like go quiet for like 15 minutes on air, so, you know, it was like a
I needed that break because I needed to mentally prepare myself and get a select beverage before I went through a table.
Alcohol.
Shut the hell up. It wasn't alcohol. I mean, it was, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
I mean, I feel like anybody that knows you, whenever you say select beverage, we all know what you're talking about. You're not talking about a Coke.
It was a Miller Lite.
Yeah.
And it was a damn good Miller Lite, too. That shit was like right on the ice. It was so good. And apparently the crab ragoon, that was the food that was given out. I hate seafood. I'll be honest with you. I do not like seafood.
I only eat seafood at one place, and it's Benihana. I don't know if you've ever been there.
I've not been there, but you've talked about it before.
Yeah.
So
it's the only place I'll eat shrimp at.
I don't like seafood, but apparently there was this crab ragoon and like this gourmet type food that was there. I didn't even hit the food bar at all because I was trying to run the show. I mean,
Kevin hit it like 7 times.
Well, it's Kevin. Are we surprised? So, but I got so much good feedback from the students. They're like, Austin, my 2 favorite parts of the night was you going through a table and the crab ragoon. I was like, what the hell's a crab ragoon? And they're like, crab. They were giving out like fish, and so I was like, really? I was like, we were that exquisite at Two Jagoffs Live? I guess so.
Fresh out of the Pittsburgh rivers.
Fresh out of the Monongahela. You got some crab ragoon. But now, what'd you think of that table bump? Because the thing is, Lucas, a lot of people don't understand this about us. We tie our love for pro wrestling and podcasting all into everything we do. And, I mean, you've seen me take a lot of bumps. The promo this upcoming week, I took a bump in. The promo the next couple weeks, I've taken bumps in. You are the one that is at fault for putting me through a door for the first time, a hockey stick across the back, multiple pieces of styrofoam, multiple broken boxes, and multiple chair shots that have left marks on me that many people within my family and friends group was concerned about.
Except me.
Except for you. But you got to witness Andrew Palace, a wrestler that we both were fans of, then became friends with, which is still weird to say to this day, put me through a table off a stage. What a moment.
Yeah, I'll cover this part first before I cover the rest of the event because people probably care about this more than the rest of the event, honestly. Table bump was good. I didn't really know what to expect going in because I was questioning your choice of table being a plastic one. I've never really seen anyone go through the plastic ones before. I feel like they probably don't because there's like a lot of metal on it. But I was a little. That was literally whenever I walked in, I dabbed you up and I said, "Is that what we're using?" That was my exact words. So. No, it was good though. I like that you stayed on stage to take the bump. That's the one other thing I recommended is stay up there while you do it. Lots of preparation going into that table, making sure it actually does break, but it doesn't kill you, go through your lungs, anything like that. Oh, there goes the pen.
Yeah, we had a gimmick to the table.
Yeah, I will say that was the first time I was concerned seeing how much metal was still left on there. And whenever plastic breaks, you don't want any jagged edges, so. Not that they would like.
Good thing it was the puzzle piece.
Yeah, not that they would like stab or anything, but like they would like just cut you and stuff.
Oh, it'll hurt. Yeah. I was fully expecting it.
Yeah, no, but that bump was good, and Palace did a great job. He
was pretty protective.
Yeah, he did good. He really helped you kind of get down without I don't know, carrying you down. I guess I don't know what word I'm looking for right now. No, it was really good, and then he had a lot of energy at the end. There was a audible gasp whenever you went through it, so I don't think anybody was really expecting it because whenever you think of school events, you don't think of some kid going through a table by a professional wrestler. So I think that people didn't necessarily know what was happening whenever he stepped the table. Like I don't really think there wasn't even really much chatting. Like I don't think people really caught on to what he was doing. Like because you didn't really make an emphasis to it. You just kind of let it ride. So I think you guys did a good job at catching the crowd off guard. So.
And I got so much love from the wrestling community, too. I gained so much respect from them. My phone was blowing up. Holy hell, are you okay? And way to protect your neck, kid. Those are the two things I heard because Palace was even he was emphasizing, you better protect your neck on the way down. So, and I did. I got my arm up last second. I didn't do both arms, like he said, because I did that with the door. And I'll be honest, I didn't like the way I did that, though, which I understand because you also don't want to rotate completely back and land on the top of your head. But I think that was the best bump I've ever taken. I mean, the loud crash of that table shattering. You got to keep half of it. I got to keep the other half. It's insane.
Yeah, it's on my wall. It's not like on my wall, but it leans against my wall now because I have like a little bookshelf and like stuff kind of sticks out the back, so it's just kind of
so cool. But no, Andrew Palace, man. I mean, thank you, bro. I mean, he's done so much for this podcast. First of all, he's the first ever pro wrestler that we've had on this podcast. He set the tone for so many more that's came on and so many more that's going to come on. He did the pickle promo, which was one of our most viewed promos, and one of the most viewed inside jokes we have on this podcast. He's done a couple other stuff with us behind the scenes and helped us. And coming down and sitting through that whole 2-hour event just for the beginning and end slots, I mean, like, you couldn't have asked for more. So, Andrew, even though you put me through a damn table, and I will get my get back one day. I don't know how yet, but I'll get my get back. Well, don't you worry. I appreciate you coming down. Kyle, you did not break me, my friend. I know that was your goal, but you did not make me break.
He was pretty close to the harmonicas.
He was close. I had a turn. Palace running around the room, though, sealed the deal for me. I lost it when he did that. That was hilarious. Everybody else, though, was great. Robbie came down. He promoted his book, as we all thought he was going to do.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sacred Grounds. President Christopher Salas and Bernie Ankney had great conversations with me. I love Bernie's little Steeler talk that we had. He was a little more conservative with his answers. I kind of laid into them a little bit more. Obviously, Bernie was right, so props to Bernie on that. And then Justin was cool, too. I enjoyed Justin's story as well. It was something a little different that I didn't expect. So thank you all so much for coming down. Thank you to 2 Jagoffs Live. More clips will be coming out in the coming days. I think it's finally time we get into what this episode is. This isn't a 2 Jagoffs recap. This
it's Lucas Cairns.
It's not a Lucas Cairns either.
Man, I got promised it was going to be a Lucas Cairns.
I'm sorry. This is our NFL Week 10 predictions. Well, if you want to be Lucas Cairns so bad, how about you carry our Thursday night game?
Who? Okay, you give me like the worst. The Raiders suck. the Raiders absolutely suck. They played last week, right?
Yes.
I don't even know what the score was. I guarantee that they probably lost.
No, they hit the bye.
Oh, they hit the bye. Okay. But the week before that, I guarantee to you that they probably lost. I don't think Tyler Lockett joining this team gives me much hope for them. I love Lockett. I've been a big defender of Geno Smith, sadly. And I like Bowers a lot. Second best tight end in the league.
I want to correct myself because I was looking at the wrong thing. Denver, going into this game, Denver won 18-15 over the Texans. And then the Raiders, I don't know if you saw this or not, they lost in overtime 30-29 because they threw it on the 1-yard line and it was deflected. So the Raiders lost narrowly.
Pete Carroll, what are we doing?
I know, it's like first the Super Bowl, now this. Like,
has he not learned from his mistakes?
Dude, I swear, he's allergic to the 1-yard line.
He's allergic to running on the 1-yard line. With a good running back. I just realized both times he's had a good running back. I'm choosing Denver. They actually played decently bad. They did a nasty hit on Stroud, which took him out of the game, and they only won by a field goal. It's pretty sad, actually. But I'm not convinced that it wasn't anything more than a fluke game. Maybe they just overlooked the Texans a little bit. I still think that Denver's a very strong team. I don't see a way the Raiders win this. It is a division game, so I guess anything can happen. But the Raiders are so bad right now. The Raiders are so bad right now. I have to pick Denver.
Denver's offense concerns me in the long run, if you want the honest truth. I love Bo Nix. I respect the hell out of Sean Payton. But this offense over the last 2 weeks has accumulated the worst scoring attack in football. And that's a fact. Over the last 2 weeks, the Denver Broncos have not found the end zone. They are the best fourth quarter team in the NFL, by far. But the first 3 quarters, they do nothing. C.J. Stroud went down with a horrific injury in that game. Not as bad as some other injuries we saw. We'll get into that in a little bit. But C.J. Stroud was one of many players that had an unfortunate injury. Even with him down, the Broncos narrowly lost. They won. They still came out on top. And then let's go back to the week before against the Giants. The most points ever scored in the fourth quarter was the Denver Broncos against Jackson Dart and the New York Giants 2 weeks ago. This team concerns me because when it comes in the long run, when you play teams like Pittsburgh, when you play teams like Kansas City, when you play teams like New England, like Buffalo, teams that are currently atop the AFC, you need to be efficient in all four quarters. Denver is not. They have an amazing defense. They got arguably the defensive player of the year in Nick Bonito on their team. Pat Surtain is a certified dog. And as much as I love Bo Nix, as much as this offense is young and has firepower like a young rookie RJ Harvey and Cortland, like they got some players. But at the end of the day, the Denver Broncos are not scoring in the first 3 quarters. They need to find the end zone. Against a Raiders team who very well could easily play spoiler, this is the worst team in football outside of maybe the Jets and the Browns. Like, the Raiders are bottom of the barrel. They are god-awful. We got the hat right there, as you can see, right in front of LK. I didn't put that there purposely.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got the Lions next to you, too. I mean, they lost, too, but that's okay.
That was a terrible game.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But I'm going to go with the Broncos, too. I fully agree with everything you said. The Raiders are god-awful, man. I don't know what the hell Pete Carroll's doing right now. I love Pete Carroll. He's a Hall of Fame coach. There's no doubt about that. But this team, man, oh, my goodness. Poor Brock Bowers. Did you see that one-handed snag that he had, by the way, too? Oh, my God, it was incredible. Oh, incredible. Good ball placement by Geno, too. I know we get on Geno Smith a lot, but it was really good ball placement by him. And that defense, I'm shocked that Max Crosby didn't leave after the trade deadline. I got to be honest with you. I'm surprised. I'm glad he's still there. He's a leader of the team, but this team has a lot of work to do. Give me the Broncos. You want to take us over in Germany?
I think I will take it over for Germany. Atlanta Falcons versus the Indianapolis Colts. Danny Dimes got exposed. This entire offense got exposed by the Steelers of all teams, who have had a very bad defense going into this year. Or not going into the year, but like so far this year. Either our defense finally woke up or Indianapolis is finally falling asleep. And I don't know which one it is yet. They have arguably the best offensive player in the league right now in the run game. They have who's supposed to be running for the MVP at their quarterback play. And they're supposed to have a pretty good defense. They played pretty bad. Most of the game was the Steelers leading. We kind of gave up at the end there because we were playing a lot of like safe plays, and then we gave them. Obviously, you give up a lot of yards playing those things, and then we suck in the red zone as per usual. So the game on paper looks like we barely won, but honestly, they barely came back. It scares me, but I also think as if it like with Denver, it could have just been a fluke game, honestly. They could have been maybe, I don't know why you would, but they could have overlooked the Steelers maybe. But they played really bad on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
6 turnovers is terrible. they couldn't get the run game started. I don't know why. You have the best running back in the league, and you can't get him going. How many rushing yards do you have?
Who? Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, just Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, according to NFL Stats, had 14 carries for 45 yards.
Yeah, that's pretty bad for the guy that's, like, people want him to be the MVP, even if not Offensive Player of the Year. I'm going to say Indianapolis just because I really don't like Atlanta. I feel like every time I try to pick Atlanta in, like, an upset win or just a win in general, they put up an average of 2.5 points. But, I don't know. Indianapolis scares me. I think they're going to do good this week. I don't think it was like everyone's saying the collapse of Indianapolis is coming out. I don't think it's coming. I think it was just one bad game, but I hope they can step it up against Atlanta.
I don't fully believe this notion that the Colts have really got exposed against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel like the Colts just got humbled by the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll put it like that. The Colts showed them that they are beatable. The Colts shown that there is ways of capitalizing against them, and the biggest way of doing that is by halting Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is this entire offense. Honestly, I would say Jonathan Taylor is more of an MVP candidate than Daniel Jones, just because he is that entire offense. Not to mention the rest of the offense is incredible. Tylan Warren is a sensational rookie tight end. Arguably one of the best in the league. He's easily top 5 right now. That's not a debate. Daniel Jones, although 6 turnovers in this game, not a best showing. He's still one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL right now statistically. The offensive line is one of the best. You got weapons. You got Michael Pittman Jr. You got Josh Downs. You got an incredible lineup. You got Alec Pierce, who is the best third down wide receiver in the NFL. I don't want to hear any debate. He is the number 1 third down wide receiver. If you need a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 20 converted, you go to Alec Pierce. He's the best wide receiver in terms of that in the NFL. I would also say to you this, Lucas. What scares me about the Colts versus the Falcons is not even anything that we just talked about with the Colts. It's the Atlanta curse, man. It's every time we pick the Falcons, they lose. Every time we don't pick them, they win. I'm not sold on this team. I mean, they had an embarrassing loss against the New England Patriots. They should have won that game. They beat the Patriots defensively, and they still couldn't win the game. So I'm going to go with the Colts, too. I think this was a fluke loss. And when we get to the Steelers, I'll also explain why I think this was a fluke win for Pittsburgh, because I don't think this game really changes anything for Pittsburgh or Indianapolis. I still stand on the fact that Pittsburgh's defense is god-awful, although they had an impressive showing. And I still stand on the fact that Indianapolis is one of the best teams in football. I don't believe they are the best, though. We'll talk about that team later on in a little bit. But the Colts, they'll be fine. Shane Steichen knows what he's doing. I'm going with the Colts. Next game we got, 1 o'clock slate, New York Giants, Chicago Bears. Let's keep the Lucas Carries theme going. Why don't we? What a game from the Bears. Arguably game of the week, game of the year against the Bengals. Coming back and winning after giving up 2 late touchdowns. And the New York Giants, man, I mean, they are just riddled with injuries right now. You talk about Malik Neighbors going down, Cam Scadaboo going down, and they had a heartbreaking 10-point loss to the Niners, 34-24 this past week.
I was just about to say, it sounds like they're the New York 49ers.
It's the New York 49ers. So who we got in this game? We got Giants on the road or Bears at home?
I'm actually going to take the Bears at home here. They obviously played pretty good. Yeah, they're versing one of the worst defenses in the league, but they did play good. I mean, you got to be pretty good to put up 47 points in this league anymore. I love New York. I love the Giants, but actually I don't love New York, but I like the Giants. I don't know. Without Neighbors and Scadaboo, that's your 2 best players right there, and you lost both of them against a team that's coming off of a very good win. And the only thing that concerns me is I feel like whenever teams put up a ton of points, the next game they don't seem to put up a ton of points again, unless you're that dominant or versing that bad of teams back to back. So I think that this one's probably going to be a closer game, but I just see New York struggling without Scadaboo and Neighbors.
They got too many injuries.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. I'm going with the Bears too, but I am somewhat concerned with Ben Johnson, and I know this is kind of crazy because Ben Johnson is one of the best offensive-minded coaches in the league. But there are some decisions that he makes at times that kind of shadow Zach Taylor and the Bengals, and I don't fully agree with the coaching decisions Zach Taylor's made over the last few weeks. I actually am on the bandwagon of maybe Zach Taylor. It is time for him to go as the Cincinnati Bengals head coach. I've been very defensive of Zach Taylor. Obviously, I know my dad has had several battles with us about Zach Taylor and whether or not he should still be the coach. I'm starting to see a common theme now, even without Joe Burrow. He's holding this team back. This game against the Bears should have been winnable for the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals should have beat the Bears. Joe Flacco outperformed Caleb Williams. He had a pick, but it was the end of the game. It was a Hail Mary attempt. That I really don't count that as an interception.
He had his career high in yards this game.
Exactly. Like this should have been a Cincinnati Bengals win. I mean, the defense was atrocious. Them and the Cowboys, they're racing for the worst defense in football right now. But Steelers aren't that far behind. But I mean, they're right there. I'm just being honest. But the Bears, man, I mean, they're a disappointing franchise themselves. I'm surprised they didn't make more moves during the trade deadline. Out of all the teams, I was expecting the Bears to do at least one or two big moves. They were relatively quiet. So
a lot of teams were really quiet this trade deadline.
Yeah.
There was like almost nothing that happened. The most notable thing was the Jets just got rid of everything on defense. The Cowboys overpaid and Indianapolis overpaid.
Which I actually have a hot take on the Jets whenever we get to them in a couple games. But Bears, I'm going to pick them over the Giants. I'm sorry, New York. It's season's over.
Do you really want to talk about the next game, or do you just want to throw our picks out there?
I actually do want to talk about this game because I do have a couple of things to mention, but I'll let you get yours out of the way because I know you really don't want to waste your breath.
Buffalo.
Okay. Well, you don't even want to say the team they're playing?
They're versus Miami.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Well, I'm picking Buffalo.
That's Kyle Archer's favorite team is the Dolphins.
Oh, sorry, Kyle. It's actually my Dom's favorite team, too.
I mean, they got a nice jersey rush.
I mean, my favorite's their old logo with the dolphin that actually had the helmet on. I don't know why they changed it. It just looks worse. Nothing got better.
Yeah, nothing got better. The team is definitely bad, too. Listen, the Dolphins got crushed by the Ravens on Thursday Night Football, 28-6, and the Bills actually beat the Kansas City Chiefs 28-21. I am impressed with the way Josh Allen has been able to put this team on his back for so long, but I got to be honest with you. I'm getting real sick and tired about talking about the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills should have multiple Super Bowls by now. I mean, seriously, like this is a team that is 5-1 against Patrick Mahomes in the regular season, but they are 0-4 against them in the playoffs when it matters most. How can you come out here and own Kansas City and own Patrick Mahomes in the regular season? And I told Nick Brown this on the radio show. Cool, you can win as much as you want in the regular season against the Chiefs. You could be 25-0 against them if you wanted to. You can go on some Goldberg numbers or Undertaker at WrestleMania before Lesnar stuck his nose in that match kind of streak. And you could still lose in the playoffs. I don't understand why this team can't make it over the hump. They have the talent to do so. They have the franchise quarterback. They have the leadership. I think by the end of this season, if the Bills are in the same slump, we really got to start talking about whether or not Sean McDermott is the coach of this team long-term or not. Because if we're going to put Zach Taylor on the hot seat, if we're going to put Mike Tomlin on the hot seat, if we're going to put John Harbaugh on the hot seat, it's only fair that Sean McDermott's in there too. Nick Sirianni's won Super Bowls. Andy Reid has won Super Bowls. At this rate, even Kyle Shanahan might find himself in a Super Bowl before these guys. Buffalo is disappointing. I pray to God they don't lose, but a couple weeks ago, Lucas, if you remember, I said don't be surprised if this Patriots team beats the Buffalo Bills, and they did.
Yeah, but like, the Patriots are a good team, though.
They weren't at the time, though. They were still trying to find themselves. This Dolphins team is god-awful. They don't have Tyreek Hill. A-Chain is really the only playmaker they have on offense. I'm surprised they didn't get rid of him, actually. I'm going to go Buffalo. I could see Miami putting up some points, though, on this team, just because, again, it is a divisional opponent. But please, Buffalo, win when it matters. Please. You're giving me a migraine. Now we go to the battle of the purple teams. We got the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. We got good old the Barney matchup, as a lot of people like to say. I don't think anybody says that. I just made that up.
I don't think a single person's ever said that.
But hey, Lamar's back. The Ravens look pretty damn good. They have some more strength on defense as well. The Minnesota Vikings have J.J. McCarthy back, and they actually looked pretty damn good beating the other team that is over to your left, the Detroit Lions, last week. Listen, I got to say,
who do you have on your side?
I got the Cardinals and the Chargers. Notice why. Because, the Cardinals are my team, and who do the Chargers play this week? Yeah. I did that. I made it. I did that on purpose. Why did you get so aggressive?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, though,
a little bit of corruption here.
Battle of the purple teams. There ain't no damn corruption.
Just put
I'm not the leaders by example.
One decent team and one okay team, and then two teams that lost. Just saying.
Who do you got win the battle of the purple teams?
I gotta go first on everything here.
I'm putting you on the spot today, bro. You left me last week with Nick Brown.
I know. I can see that. I'm gonna choose Baltimore. This is a game that Baltimore kind of needs to win to stay relevant in their division. I wouldn't necessarily say that like it's like a win or die kind of thing, but they fell short with Lamar being out. It's to the point where the Bengals and Browns are right there below them. If they lose this game, there's a good chance that they could possibly get passed up, or maybe not. Does Baltimore not play, or not, does Cincinnati not play?
Cincinnati?
Yeah, or am I just missing them on here?
Cincinnati's on a bye week.
Okay, well maybe they won't get past then. No, but I mean, if they lose this game, it's not gonna look good. They will be 3-6, 7.
Mm-hmm. 6-7. Sorry,
I can't even say it anymore. It's just 6-7. They're gonna be 3-6, right? Or is
yes.
It? Okay. Yeah, 3-6 isn't exactly the way you want to go, because then at that point you can only afford 2 more losses the rest of your season.
With the you done? Or
well, I mean, I can be done. Like,
I'm not saying you have to. I'm just asking.
Well, I mean, do you want me to?
Not really.
Jeez. All right. Well, then I'll keep going.
I need a voice.
Minnesota, they did look good. They beat the Lions, which I was not expecting at all. I thought it was going to be a close game because division, but I did not think that Minnesota was going to pull off that upset. They played good. I mean, it's always hard to root against Justin Jefferson, but I really just question J.J. McCarthy. Like, it seems like 1 week he can play great, and 1 week he can make some of the most questionable throws of his life. The whole team is just decent. Like, I feel like they're decent to good in all positions, but they're not great in, like, most of them, offensively speaking.
Okay, yeah, I must say.
Well, besides Justin Jefferson, that's great. That's all time. But like the rest of it. Anyways, I'm gonna pick Baltimore. I think it's gonna be a close game. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they lose, but I think that they kind of know in the back of their heads, like, we kind of need to win this game, get back on track. They want to be first in the division, obviously, and it's pretty close with Pittsburgh right now. So I think that they're gonna put up a fight in this one.
They are going to put up a fight, and that's actually the exact reason why I'm going to put up the Minnesota Vikings against this team. I'm going to surprisingly go with the NFC team this week because I believe the momentum wave that they are going to be riding off of beating the Detroit Lions is going to propel them at least the next couple weeks. Listen, this Brian Flores coach defense is sensational. I mean, it was kind of mediocre at times while Carson Wentz was playing because when you have that awful of quarterback play and a lack of no offensive steam, it's really hard for the defense to perform. J.J. McCarthy doesn't really have to come out there and play like prime Tom Brady or prime Aaron Rodgers or prime Brett Favre. He just got to play conservative. Now, Sam Darnold is a whole different story. Sam Darnold is one of the best quarterbacks in football, and we'll get to that when we talk about the Seahawks. J.J. McCarthy, all he essentially has to do is be a system guy. And I hate the term system quarterback. I hated it with Brock Purdy. I hate it with Sam Darnold, which, again, I cannot wait for my dad to come back on because Sam Darnold has proved he is not a system quarterback after his amazing showing in Seattle. J.J. McCarthy, though, is one of the few quarterbacks that I actually will say should play like a system quarterback because you talk about a rookie guy who missed his entire rookie season. This is essentially his rookie year if you think about it. He's already missed several games because of an injury. He really hasn't played a full healthy season since his national title year at Michigan. So you got to play conservative in this system. And Kevin O'Connell is the quarterback guru, it seems like. He knows what he's doing offensively. And with weapons like Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison around you, obviously you should be able to excel. So I'm going to go the Vikings. I feel like the Baltimore Ravens are still a little banged up. But I love the point that you brought up about them wanting to compete with Pittsburgh. I don't think they are going to have a chance of winning this division anymore. I think this is the Steelers' division long term. I still could see the Ravens squeezing into that 7th slot just with performances across the league. Like, I think Jacksonville's eventually going to collapse. I know they're high right now, but I think they'll eventually collapse. Houston with the Stroud injury pretty much sealed the deal for me. Colts will probably win that division. Titans, they're already going to be out eventually. You look at the AFC North collectively, Bengals are going to be out because of their losses. Browns, they've been out. Then you go over to the AFC East. You'll probably have both the Patriots and Bills in there, one or the other, and then one will take the 5th or 6th seed. Jets are going to be out of it. Dolphins are going to be out of it. And then the AFC West, I mean, yeah, it's a shootout between Kansas City, LA, and Denver. 2 out of the 3 will probably make it, if not all 3. And then the Raiders are out of it. So the AFC is such an interesting bracket right now. I'm going to go Minnesota, though, just because I believe they're the strongest right now. They're not the better team. I don't want to say that they're not better because I do believe Lamar Jackson is better, but they are stronger. That's the difference. You like that take? I've been preparing that one all week.
I can tell.
Yeah. All right, well, let's talk about this shit show of a game. Cleveland Browns and New York Jets. I'm going to put you on the spot one last time, and I'll take over for a little bit after this. What is your thoughts on this game? And not only that...
Let me take over the terrible game so you can take over the good game.
Well, you can take over that game, too, if you want. There's 2 games I have my eyes on at the bottom, but...
Of course.
This game right here, not only is it a bad game, it also has a lot of implications because the New York Jets were pretty busy during the trade deadline. Sauce Gardner is now an Indianapolis Colt. Quinnen Williams is now a Dallas Cowboy. Adonai Mitchell is now another receiver on this team as well. A lot of first-round picks are in. What's your thoughts on all the trades that happened? What's your thoughts on the Jets trade deadline? And what's your thoughts on this game?
I think the Jets fleeced both teams. Looking back at it now, I was a little questionable on some of it at first. But I think that the Jets got more value than the players are worth. So I think that they did good overall. I think that this officially confirms they are in rebuild mode. It's not even confirmed how long Fields will be there, if he's there more than his contract, or if he even gets traded like this offseason maybe. I don't know. So the Jets are basically in rebuild mode, I'm going to call it at this point. They have a good receiver in Wilson. That's about it. I mean, they got a decent running back. But yeah, it seems like Fields and the owner are already having some issues with each other, so I don't think that's going to last. They shipped off 2 of their best defensive players, so I don't see them winning this game personally. I think that they're just, at this point, they should just realistically tank the season, secure that first overall pick plus all the other ones you got from other teams. But Cleveland is that bad of a team that if Cleveland was to lose, this would be the game to lose. So we'll see how this works out. It looks like Shador will still not be starting this game, as from what I've heard. They do got Myles Garrett. They got Njoku. So I think Cleveland should win this game. Everything points to Cleveland, but it is Cleveland. So
the New York Jets have won free agency in the trade deadline, ladies and gentlemen. I will be honest with you. It may not look immediate, but in the long-term run, this Jets team completely fleeced the Colts and the Cowboys. To win a football game and to win a playoff game, what is the most important position that you need, Lucas Kuhns? It's not a trick question.
Are we talking about like overall or just as like
in the NFL? Yeah,
like,
what's the position that you need to build your team around?
Well, I don't know if we're talking about like personal team.
No,
or like NFL.
Just in general.
I'd say quarterback.
Quarterback, right? You need a quarterback to build your team around. The New York Jets are going to be eventually looking for one because Justin Fields isn't the guy. So is it really that big of a deal that we traded a Sauce Gardner? Is it really that big of a deal that we traded a Quinnen Williams? Yeah, they're great. Yeah, Sauce Gardner was one of the best corners coming out of college and then was one of the best over the last couple of years. Obviously, this year he's kind of taken a decline in terms of his coverage. But Williams has been an all-pro almost every single year for good reason. But by the time you eventually get a quarterback and you develop him and you groom him to the point to where you want him to be that guy, are these guys even going to be in their prime anymore? Are these guys even going to be producing that talent you want anymore? Why pay all this money for these amazing superstar players on defense when you can trade them away, get some more picks, eventually get your guy? You have 2 different drafts now to play around with that to see what quarterback class is better, which eventually one of them is going to be better. It doesn't really look like this one will pan out, but 2027, that's going to be a good class, hopefully. So the Jets are playing chess while everyone's playing chess while they're playing checkers. Is that the saying? No, they're playing chess, everyone's playing checkers. Yeah.
I don't know how it goes.
No, it's Jets are playing chess, everyone's playing checkers because checkers is for children. But I actually like checkers. That's not a bad game.
Well, I mean, you are a child.
Shut the hell up. But the New York Jets are one step ahead of every team right now. Now, here's the issue. Is it going to pay off? Because let's not forget, Lucas, they had 3 first-round picks a couple years ago. One of those picks were Sauce Gardner. So are they actually going to keep these players and develop them after they draft them? The Jets feel like one of the few teams that's rebuilding every single year. I actually just had this conversation with our guest that's going to be coming on Sunday, MV Young. We'll talk about more of this later. We were talking about the Pirates and how they're always rebuilding, it feels like, every single year. There was a list that was put out of teams that's always rebuilding. The Utah Jazz were on there. The Oakland Athletics were on there. Obviously, the Pirates were on there. You want to know what the number 1 NFL team was on there? The Jets. Because the Jets are always rebuilding. They haven't won a playoff game since 2010. 2010. They are the team that hasn't won a playoff game the longest out of all 32 active NFL teams.
What year was before 2010?
Shut the hell up. We are not talking about 2009, goddammit. But 2010 was the last time this team was relevant. Mark Sanchez was still in the league.
Thank God.
Stop. That's not what we're talking about.
You brought him up.
He was the quarterback. How am I not supposed to? Okay, fine. Rex Ryan was the head coach. There, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, Rex Ryan was the head coach.
Rawr, T-Rex.
Maybe I should have had Nick Brown back for this week. Rawr. Oh my Lord. Anyway, though, but no, the New York Jets, they won free agency. I love the way they look long term, but currently in this day and age, they are awful. I agree with everything LK said about all the signs pointing to Cleveland because they have a monstrous defensive unit. I don't think the Jets offense can contain. I was surprised that Breece Hall remained the Jet, though. That was one thing that surprised me the most. I'm glad they kept Garrett Wilson because Garrett Wilson is the type of receiver you want to have your young quarterback be with. So I'm very happy with them keeping Garrett Wilson. I'm surprised but not upset that they kept Breece Hall. But getting rid of Williams and Gardner while they did was the best move they could have made for their franchises. The Colts won with Sauce Gardner. I'll talk about why the Cowboys lost, though, with Quinton Williams when we get to them damn Dallas Cowboys. Don't you worry. So give me the Browns against the Jets. Patriots and Buccaneers are next. This is going to be an amazing game.
Yeah, I'll let you take over.
You want me to take over finally?
Yeah, I'm lining up the second to last game.
Second to last game?
Mm-hmm.
Sunday Night Football?
Yeah.
Oh, you can have Sunday Night Football. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming off of a bye while the Patriots are coming off of a 1-point victory against the Atlanta Falcons. I'm here to tell you right now that Drake May is currently the frontrunner for the MVP award outside of maybe one other player, and that is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes and Drake May are the two best football players right now. I don't think that is a debate. The numbers that he is putting up is incredible. The amount of turnovers he has is relatively none. He literally has, I think, like 3 interceptions on the year, 3 or 4. Like, he barely has any.
I mean, he has like less than 6 or 7.
Definitely less than 6 or 7. But Drake May has been playing at an elite level this year. As much as the gruesome injury that Jaden Daniels pains me, unfortunately, my prediction is going to come to fruition that Drake May is going to be the better long-term quarterback, and we'll talk more about that when we get to Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. It's a horrific injury, and I nearly shed a tear, to be honest with you, because it was awful watching his arm snap like that. And again, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But talking about Drake May, I've been a fan of him ever since his North Carolina days. He has one hell of an arm. He does such a good job protecting the football. He's a field general, which is everything you want out of the quarterback position. I'm going to go with the Patriots against the Bucs. And I know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are one of my favorite teams. I love Baker Mayfield. I love Ibuka. I love Mike Evans. I love everything about this team. This is a dark horse team in the NFL this year. So is the Patriots. This is a team nobody expected to be this good this fast. We knew they were on the right trajectory, but we didn't expect them to get there. We didn't expect Stephon Diggs to actually produce as much as he is. We didn't expect the defense to show up as much as they did. We didn't expect Mike Vrabel to have this much of a significant impact day one as he did. All they need to do is up that running game, and they'll be fine. Their run game is awful, but outside of that, this team is incredible. I'm going with the Patriots. It'll be close. I respect the hell out of the Buccaneers, but I feel like coming off of this win and them coming off of a bye, this is one of the worst teams to play coming off of a bye. I feel like the Buccaneers would have been better off coming off of a game than a bye because they're going to be rusty these first 2 quarters. Mark my words.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you and take the Patriots here. I love Tampa Bay. Baker's my guy. But they're too banged up right now. I think the Patriots are one of the better teams. It sucks to say because I feel like after Tom Brady left, they were supposed to have a period of time before they were allowed to be good again, and they did not follow that rule, and they are good again. And Tampa Bay, that was one of the teams I was like, holy crap, like this team might go far this year, but they suffered too many injuries already, and until we can get a lot of those players back, I gotta choose New England.
So New England it is. We then go to the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers.
What a game.
Yeah. Panthers are actually not that bad this year. I will say this. But the Saints made a mistake in free agency by getting rid of Shaheed. Shaheed is one of the best downfield receivers in the league. He was underrated. Rattler actually had a really good connection with him, and you took him away. So there is no reason why I shouldn't pick the Panthers, and that is exactly why I am going to do so. Bryce Young has completely resurrected his career.
Yeah, I hate the Saints. I said at the beginning of the year I won't pick them, and I'm not picking them. I'm picking Carolina.
We then got Lucas's second favorite team, the Houston Texans, taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, not in Duval County, but down in H-Town. Davis Mills will be the starting quarterback for this team. He is taking over for C.J. Stroud, who is out in Week 10 per head coach. D'Amico Ryans. I couldn't think of the name right away. D'Amico Ryans. I'm not going to lie. Davis Mills isn't a bad backup. He actually very well could have been a starter if he would have stayed another year at Stanford. I like Davis Mills a lot. He's one of the few backup quarterbacks in the league that I feel like, if given the chance, he could be a starter. And he was actually a starter for a year. That team was awful, though. You give him the pieces they have now, I feel like he could win some games. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Davis Mills wins this for the Jaguars. But the Jaguars are red hot. I mean, this defense looks good. Love Josh Allen. Not that Josh Allen, the other Josh Allen. I love Josh Allen. I love Trayvon Walker. There's two Josh Allens.
No, you said Mills. Don't be surprised if Mills wins it for the Jaguars.
I meant don't. Okay.
I
Don't be
was like-
surprised if Mills wins this for the Texans.
Sorry, I caught me off guard. I was
Sorry.
for a second.
Don't be surprised if Mills wins this for the Texans. But I'm going to go the Jaguars for the simple fact that Trayvon Walker is on a roll. Josh Allen is on a roll. And I hate to say it, but even Trevor Lawrence is on a roll. I would have been disgusted if they would have got rid of Brian Thomas Jr. I'm so glad they held on to him. He is a stud. He is an LSU alum. He is amazing. I got to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars, though, because Liam Cohen has done such a good job at changing the culture.
Is Travis Hunter still hurt?
Yes.
I'm probably still going to go with Jacksonville anyways. With Stroud down, I just don't know how I feel about Houston. I mean, Houston's not doing good. Their line's bad. Their weapons are questionable at times. And without Stroud, I just don't see it. Jacksonville's kind of on a roll right now. I do think it could fall off in these next couple weeks, but this might be one of the last weeks of glory for them, so I'm gonna take Jacksonville.
We then go to the Arizona Cardinals and Seattle Seahawks for the first and only 405 matchup of the weekend. The Arizona Cardinals defeated. I'm going to say it again because I deserve to.
Pass it.
Go ahead.
Defeated.
They defeated them damn pathetic, piss poor, pathetic, absolutely god-awful, stayed in the back of my asshole, Dallas Cowboys. They are awful. I'm sorry. I had to say it. They're awful. What?
Staying in the back.
I don't know. I'm making it up. But they are awful. They lost to the Cowboys. They beat the Cowboys.
Somebody has a potty mouth this episode.
I do have potty mouth. Well, you started off by telling them that I went through a table. Let me see that flyer real quick.
Sorry, I had Globby, not Robbie in my hand.
Well, screw Globby and Robbie. Let me see
What?
the flavor. Yeah.
Screw Robbie.
Not Robbie, Globby.
You said screw Robbie and
This
Globby.
event right here, screw you and screw Andrew Palace.
I want that flyer.
I have more in the folder.
Okay.
Here, you want another one? Here. There you go. I got another one. No, I need those. Give it back.
What?
The paper.
Oh.
Great, now I got all the hair and dirt all over it.
Oh, cry me a river.
Anyways, they defeated the Dallas Cowboys this week.
Dun dun dun.
And the Seattle Seahawks
Dun dun dun.
defeated the Washington Commanders in
Dun, dun, dun.
dominant fashion.
Dun dun dun.
Now, I will say this. Prayers are up to Jaden Daniels. We'll talk about him more in our next game because that's where the Commanders are going to be playing.
I won't say it.
But the Seattle Seahawks, in my opinion, are the best team in football right now. I think they are. I think
Dun,
the
dun,
Seattle
dun.
Seahawks are better than the Colts. They're better than the Chiefs. They're better than the Steelers. They are the best team in football right now, and I don't think it's close. Jackson Smith and Jigba should be the offensive player of the year, and I feel like it's time we start talking about Sam Darnold in the MVP conversation. This was a quarterback that I defended religiously last year. I've been a Sam Darnold fan my entire life. And the reason why I say that is because back in 2018, there was a historic quarterback class. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and Josh Rosen were the five quarterbacks
Who took Josh Rosen?
that were taken off the board. As a Cardinals fan who was looking for a new quarterback, I wanted Sam Darnold. Josh Allen was the other one I wanted, but I knew he was. I know. Josh Allen was the other one I wanted. I knew that wasn't going to happen. So the Cardinals obviously settled for Josh Rosen, who ended up being the biggest bust of the century outside of maybe, I don't know.
Devin Bush.
Johnny Manziel. I'm talking about quarterbacks. Johnny Manziel. So I believe that Sam Darnold could have been a franchise guy in so many places, including the Jets, but they had Adam Gase, the worst head coach of my lifetime, as their coach. They had a horrible owner, horrible organization, and now it got to a point where he went to Carolina. He had some reps. Him and Baker were competing. Obviously, Baker found his footing in Tampa. Darnold then sits behind Purdy for a year in Shanahan's system, which really helped him get his career back. We saw him in that Week 18 matchup a couple years ago. He looked incredible. Vikings gave him the backup position, the mentor J.J. McCarthy. McCarthy has the unfortunate injury. Darnold takes over, takes the team to the playoffs. Now, although they looked awful in Week 18 and in that first-round matchup, Darnold was amazing every single week of the season. And everybody, including you and my dad, wanted to say system quarterback, system quarterback, system quarterback. You were at first. You got.
I just said he wasn't good. I didn't call him a system quarterback.
Okay, my dad called him system quarterback. You said he wasn't good. There's no denying that Sam Darnold is good now, ladies and gentlemen. If we're going to say that Baker Mayfield finally resurrected his career, why can't we say the same about Sam Darnold? He's now proved it on 2 different teams. And you can't say this is the system because Seattle doesn't have a system. They don't. This is a first-year head coach with a first-year quarterback and a bunch of returning vets after they lost DK Metcalf, Russell Wilson, Geno Smith, and Tyler Lockett, who essentially was their entire offense. Yeah, they still got Charbonnet and K9, but they haven't been as fluid as they once was. Yeah, they still got JSN, but he went from wide receiver 3 to wide receiver 1. And they got Jake Bobo. That's my guy right there. And they got Cooper Kupp now, too, which is a big addition in free agency. But to sit up here and to act like that Sam Darnold isn't the guy now just bothers me. This is a good team. McDonald has done such a good job at coaching this team to where they need to be. And that defense, man, was Woolen, Witherspoon. Whew. I don't see any team stopping them. And as much as I love my Arizona Cardinals, that I'm going to get into in a second, as much as I love my Arizona Cardinals, there is not a rat's chance in hell that I see them beating this team or even coming close. So I'm going to pick the Seahawks because Sam Darnold is him. Now let's talk about the Cardinals for a second. Jacoby Brissett is now the starting quarterback. Kyler Murray has just been placed on IR. That was just announced about 15 minutes ago at the time of this recording by head coach Jonathan Gannon. If Jacoby Brissett is named the starting quarterback for the rest of the season, there is no turning back. You cannot go back to Kyler Murray again as your starting quarterback if you name Jacoby Brissett the long-term starter. Kyler Murray has now been with the Arizona Cardinals for 7 years. 7 years, only got 1 playoff appearance, 0 playoff victories, and awful season after awful season. I think the Kyler Murray era in Arizona is officially over. I still stand on the fact that Kyler Murray is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL. I still stand on the fact that Kyler Murray is a capable starter of almost any franchise in the NFL. You put him on the Jets, you put him on the Raiders. Hell, you even put him on the Vikings over J.J. McCarthy. He's getting the start. But Kyler Murray and Arizona is a broken relationship. The damages are beyond repair. I think it is time the Cardinals move on. Brissett can be the guy the rest of the year. He was able to feed Marvin Harrison Jr. in a way that no other quarterback has been able to do. He has been able to feed Trey McBride the way McBride should be fed. McBride should be the best tight end in football right now, and he's not because he doesn't have a competent quarterback. Marvin Harrison Jr. should be a top 5 receiver in the NFL right now, but he's not because he doesn't have a competent quarterback. The run game is obsolete right now, but look how good DeMarcado, of all people, looked against the Cowboys without Kyler Murray. The Kyler Murray era in Arizona is over. Brissett should be the guy the rest of the year, and then they should look for their quarterback of the future this offseason. Jonathan Gannon is the long-term head coach. I love him. I have nothing but respect for him. He deserves to be the guy. Drew Petzing, yo ass gotta go. I'm sorry. He has to go. The offensive coordinator, I'm done with him. I've been done with him since before the season even started. I said it was an awful signing. I'm going to stand on that. Pals, come back and put me through this wooden table because I would rather you do that than Drew Petzing be the offensive coordinator next year. This team is awful. Yeah, I know. It's rock solid.
Thick wood.
That is a pause. But Drew Petzing, you got to go. I'm sorry. You got to go. Give me the Seahawks.
I'm just going to pick the Seahawks. I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch the last game. And I watched maybe 1/4 of the Arizona and Dallas game.
It was a good game, wasn't it?
It was pretty good. I got to see Dallas lose. Yeah, Dallas sucks.
What can go wrong? will go wrong, what can go wrong, will continue to go on, and what can go wrong, damn it, it did go wrong.
I think you said on the second time.
It doesn't matter what I said. The Dallas Cowboys lost.
What does this episode become?
What do you think of that win, though? I mean, DTNB, Matt Palangi, where you at? I mean, I told you guys the Cardinals were going to win. The Cardinals...
Matt always hides it whenever they lose.
The Cardinals beat the Dallas Cowboys 8 out of the last 9 times they played. And the last 2 times, Lucas, here's the kicker. The last 2 times the Cardinals played the Cowboys, it was with backup quarterbacks. Screw you, Cowboys. Oh, I love it. I love it.
You know what probably would have helped the Cowboys win?
What?
So there's this Green Bay star. He stands out. His name's Micah Parsons. They should trade for him.
That's a really good idea, actually. Imagine
if they trade for him, they probably beat them.
Imagine Jerry Jones had an all-elite edge rusher like Micah Parsons on their team.
Dude, that's low-key the missing piece of this team, in my opinion.
It's okay. They got Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson now. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. See, look, this is the Cowboys. That's their season right there. Everything falling. So I'm just so energetic right now because of them Cowboys. Huh?
I said, now you get to pick it all up.
Yeah, I know.
Now you got to turn your phone back on to see all the stats.
I actually really don't need the stats of these next couple games because these next couple games are going to be...
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next game we got is a 425 matchup. These two teams always have bangers. I don't care what anybody says. It doesn't matter how banged up they are or how hurt these two teams are. These two always seem to have the game of the week. They are an NFC West rivals. Two of the most underrated teams in football right now. LA Rams, San Francisco 49ers. I can't tell if the 49ers are good or bad. I really can't. It's Kyle Shanahan, so you got to imagine they're good in some essence. But this team should not be winning as much as they are, and this team shouldn't be as highly rated as they are. They shouldn't, but they are. And the Rams, Stafford just looks like he hit the fountain of youth. Puka Nacua is incredible. I know he's still hurt, but he's incredible. Devontae Adams, it looks like he took the same bath in the same fountain of youth as Matthew Stafford did. Kyren Williams has a bit of a fumbling problem, but outside of that, this is a good team. Sean McVay is a damn good head coach, and this is two of the most respected NFL minds going to battle. I got to get your opinion on this one, Lucas. Who's winning this game?
I'll pick the LA Rams. I like the Rams. I've liked them since the start of the season. I've not been concerned about Stafford very much this season, and it's somehow working out in my favor. I don't know. San Fran is they're good until they're not, and you don't know when the not is going to come until it just kind of does. So I'm going to pick LA. I think that this game is going to be high score. It's either going to be very high scoring or very low scoring. There's no in between, honestly. I think these teams are going to kind of go into a little bit of a shootout here, back and forth. It's probably going to come down to the wire. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a field goal at 0 seconds left. I'm picking the Rams, though.
I'm also going to pick the Rams. Matthew Stafford is amazing. Sean McVay is incredible. The defense has gotten much better. San Francisco, to me... It really falls on Christian McCaffrey, man. McCaffrey has looked good recently, which I love to see because McCaffrey is one of the best running backs in the league. But he had a really slow start to the season. Even before his first injury, he had a really, really slow start to the season. So if McCaffrey gets the engine going early, I don't think the Rams can stop that, really. I don't think the Rams can stop Christian McCaffrey if he's at full strength. But here's the issue. If they halt McCaffrey early, I don't think there's no turning back because once the Rams start scoring, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop at all. Final 425 game that we got, though, is the Detroit Lions and Washington Commanders. The Lions have been incredible all year up until Minnesota upset them last week. Dan Campbell suffered another heartbreaking loss. But I feel like the biggest loss of the NFL this past week was the loss of quarterback Jaden Daniels to the Washington Commanders. In the game against the Seattle Seahawks, late in the game, when the Seahawks were already up triple the score pretty much, Jaden Daniels went for an attempted RPO run, which led to his arm pretty much snapping in half. I think the official injury was a dislocated elbow.
Yeah, Dan Quinn, count your days, buddy.
So I'm going to go to Lucas on this one first. I actually have mixed feelings, and I feel like my opinion is going to kind of differ from what the media is portraying and probably what Lucas is about to say. But I'm going to go to you on this one first. First of all, what's your thoughts on the Jaden Daniels injury? And second of all, do you think the Commanders have a chance against the Lions?
Here's what I'll say. Jaden Daniels shouldn't have even been in that game. Dan Quinn, that was a terrible move by you, bro. You were not winning that game. This is not a Broncos versus, Giants game. You are not making a 30-some point comeback. I don't know why he was in the game at all. Apparently, they weren't even considering taking him out, which is a crazy thing to say in my opinion. You have a very young and talented quarterback in a complete loss of a game, and you're not taking him out. I don't understand that. You've seen how many injuries have happened to stars this year, and the fact that it didn't cross your mind is mind-boggling to me. Honestly, I would have had Washington winning this game if Jaden Daniels didn't get hurt, because I feel like that Detroit was kind of going to just go on a little losing streak here. I just don't see them losing this game anymore. I mean, Marcus Mariota's not a terrible backup or anything like that, and the Washington Commanders are still a solid team. I just don't know if I can see them being this Detroit team. I think it'll be close. This is a matchup I would expect to see in the playoffs, and it'd be the playoff game of the week easily. If Jaden Daniels is in, I'd pick the Commanders. I think it's still going to be a good game. I don't think Detroit's going to blow them out of the waters or anything, but I do think Detroit's going to win this one.
Luke McCaffrey's down with an injury. Terry McLaurin's down with an injury.
McLaurin's down.
Oh, yeah. This whole team is hurt. The Commanders have, 5 starters out alone from that Seattle game, one of them being Daniels. I'm going to go with the Lions, too, because the Lions, I don't see them losing back-to-back games. I just don't. I mean, that loss against Minnesota, I feel woke the Lions up, and I feel like they will come out swinging. I'm actually not mad at Jaden Daniels staying in the game. What I'm mad at is the call that was made. There has been a lot of times we see starting quarterbacks finish the games in blowouts, but what you notice, Lucas, is late in those games, they are playing conservative. They're just doing easy handoffs or little 2 or 3 yard checkdowns. They're not doing anything crazy, you know what I mean? Because obviously the last thing you want to do is jeopardize your young franchise quarterback. The decision for him to do a RPO, which is a run-pass option, that is where I disagree with Dan Quinn, and that is where I disagree with Cliff Kingsbury, their offensive coordinator. Why would you do an RPO within the red zone against an aggressive Seattle defense when you're already down 3 scores? That makes no sense to me. That is why so many people believe Jaden Daniels should have been pulled out of the game, which if I was the coach, I would agree. I would have pulled my guy by now. I would not want to risk an injury. But I'm not mad over the fact that they kept him in the game. I'm okay with them because, again, you want to go down with the troops. But to go down like that, in that kind of play, in that kind of fashion, those are the calls that is going to injure your players. That's why you hear the term thrown around loosely, play conservative, play conservative. A lot of people don't actually know what that means. Playing conservative essentially means you're playing safe. You're playing safe football, not just safe in terms of you're on the field play and jeopardizing the score, but safe as in protecting yourself. Then RPO is not playing conservative. It's not. It's a run-pass option. It's something you do in backyard football. It's something I do with my cousins in the alleyway during a birthday party. You don't do that when you're down 3 scores against a Seattle Seahawks team who we just talked about earlier is arguably the best team in the NFL right now. So I don't believe Dan Quinn should lose a job over this. I don't believe Cliff Kingsbury should even lose a job over this. It was an awful decision that they are going to regret long term. But it definitely has to raise the question on what the hell are you doing with your guys? You're jeopardizing your player safety. We saw the horrific injury with Robert Griffin III. You see all the RG3 comparisons. It sucks, but it's true. Even the Joe Theismann, Alex Smith injuries. Washington has a rich history for injuring their quarterbacks. The only real quarterback we could ever say that was successful out of Washington was Doug Williams and all the Super Bowls he won with Washington back in the 70s. One of the best quarterbacks ever. I think he was the first African-American quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl, which is pretty damn cool, actually. Doug Williams was amazing. We love Doug Williams over here. He's the best quarterback in Washington history for a reason. And Jaden Daniels was emulating his play style in modern days, which I thought was incredible. He's the only rookie to ever win a conference championship. And an injury like this is probably going to derail his career for the rest of his time. I don't think he's going to be done. He'll be back, but I can only imagine he's going to be a shell of himself when he returns, which is awful to say, but that's why I said earlier when we talked about Drake May's probably going to be the better guy long-term now due to this unfortunate injury. And it sucks to say, but I don't see a healthy recovery process for Jaden Daniels as many people are expecting. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he gets back out there and actually takes the Commanders to the Super Bowl. They're much deserving of it. A franchise that was run by a corrupt owner for so long finally bought out, revamped into this new franchise. The culture has changed. Dan Quinn has done such a good job at bringing in guys to help Jaden Daniels, and then he goes down like that. It's a heartbreaking story, man, and I'm wishing him nothing but the best. JD5 all the way. One of the most respected players out there. Both of us quickly became fans of him because of how incredible he was out there and off the field. We're wishing him nothing but the best, but I just don't see this team winning this week. I really don't. I love Mariota too. Former Heisman Trophy winner at Oregon. I love Marcus Mariota. One of my favorite NCAA players of all time. Loved him back when he used to play Alex Smith and the Chiefs all the time with the Titans. That was an amazing. I don't know if you might be too young for this, but do you remember that one play where he threw it off the back of the guy's helmet? He caught it and then dove in the end zone for a touchdown against Kansas City.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch other teams until like 5 years ago.
Well, I think this was like 6. No, not 6 or 7.
6 or 7. 6, 7.
I think it was more like 8 or 9 years ago.
7.
But that's different.
6, 7.
Shut up. I'm going with the Lions in this game. Now it is Sunday Night Football.
Sunday night.
And I'm going to pass this over to Lucas as soon as I set the scale here. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers and LA Chargers, LK.
Yep.
Chargers have been rocky this year. They've looked good some games. They've looked bad some games. The Steelers, though, many people said the season was over before it started, but now they are on a bit of a roll, defeating one of the best teams in football in the Indianapolis Colts. I want to hear your thoughts on this first. You weren't here last week to break down the Colts and Steelers matchup. Talk to me about that game. Talk to me about this game. Talk to me about them Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers look good. I am very impressed with our offensive line. It seems like something just changed there because it was god-awful for like the last 3 years plus. It really hasn't been good since Big Ben, honestly. Troy Fautanu is great. He hasn't let up a single sack this season. He's played every single game. I'm pretty sure almost every single snap. Broderick Jones is like my comeback lineman of the year. Bro is finally locked in. McCormick's actually playing pretty decent for being somebody that was questioned coming out of the draft by a Jagoff in this room.
Whoa.
What?
Go ahead.
You were surprised. You were like, oh, that's a bad pick by you guys when we were at draft day together.
Oh, yeah.
You said that was a bad pick.
Okay.
And he's actually been a pretty good pick. Metcalf is the most confusing player on our team, honestly. I want to love him so much, like, every time he gets the ball. And then we throw him a ball that hits him right in the chest, and he just doesn't hold on to it. And that's very frustrating. But overall, I like it. It seems like we finally realized that throwing to the 6'7", the 6'7" tight end that weighs as much as a lineman actually works. Who would have thought of that, right?
I mean, you practically have the Big Show lining up at the line of scrimmage. I would hope you would throw to him.
We have the Big Show lined up against Rey Mysterio, and we still don't understand how to throw to him. No, but I mean, him, Youth, Smith, they're all actually getting used, which is like unheard of in the Steelers culture. Screw Hayward.
I just want to see what you said.
The run game looks decent. Warren is decent. I wasn't completely a fan of getting rid of Harris and having it only be Warren and whoever else. Warren looks pretty good. Gainwell's gaining yards. I actually like it. I'm not completely mad about it. So overall, there's good improvements. A-Rod is still A-Rod. You know, he's a little iffy sometimes. He likes to cuss out our players on a bad play, but it seems like the players like him. So he must be doing something right in the locker room because he's going to hockey games with all the linemen and stuff. So something's working out right. Defensive side of the ball, Peyton looks great. Watt looks pretty good. All of our rookies honestly look good. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna go name by name. Ben's having a career season right now. He's actually our sack leader right now, and he was like unheard of before like the last season maybe. I liked him. I give him the
Big Boy Ben.
Big Boy Ben before anybody else is talking about him, and that's on record, baby.
It is. This podcast.
Right, exactly.
You can subscribe and go back and watch all the old videos.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know when I said it, but I know I said it because I gave him the nickname.
Well, just keep watching every video until you find it. Hit like on every single one of them in the process. And share it with your friends too while you're at it. Make sure they subscribe and they like every video.
That's the most like selfless promos.
While you're at it, grab these 2 Jagoffs.
Oh my god.
Now exclusive.
I
had to.
Ramsey's a big man. I would not want to get hit. But did you see the hit that he gave? That was a nasty hit. It was a clean hit, kind of. It wasn't like too dirty.
It was a nice hit.
Yeah, it was a nice hit. You gave me like a weird look. Like it was a little like okay, like did you have to do all that? But like
I'm sorry, I'm trying to stretch out. My back still hurts already.
Well, yeah, I had to call him. Something had to happen.
All right.
No, but I mean overall, besides injuries, we look good. But injuries and inconsistencies, what scares me the most. It just seems like we can't be great on both sides of the ball. We're either good on defense or we're good on offense. It's never both at the same time. Here's the thing. Against the Chargers, you kind of have to be good on both sides of the ball. I mean, against the Colts, we were great on defense, and we were decent on offense. Decent got us 1 touchdown away from losing that game. I mean, it was at the end of the game. Like I said earlier, we were playing safe, so it looked a lot closer than it was. But still, we only We only scored, 27 points? Yeah, we only scored 27 points in that game with 6 turnovers. You don't like that. I mean, the Indianapolis Colts are a great team, so it's not, like, surprising to me, but, like, you got to put up more on 6 turnovers. And then this game, the Chargers are really good on both sides, but the thing that's good for me is 2 of their linemen are out right now. I mean, not good. It always sucks to see an injury, but, like, Joe Alt is a very, very, very good lineman.
Oh, we love Joe Alt. Yes.
We talked about him for God knows how many hours off season before he got drafted.
Dude,
Draft
Notre Dame.
Draft recap.
Yeah.
Draft day experience recap. We talked about him for probably like 10 hours of our life at that point.
We're big Joe. We will proudly accept Joe Alt jerseys as like thank you gifts if we ever do a PO box thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean,
Well, I'll rock a Joe Alt jersey.
and the Chargers reach out DM, just saying.
They got a good social media team. They got to be a good PR team. Let's see it.
All right. I think the Steelers should win this game. I think the Steelers could win this game. I think it's going to be a one-score game.
So are they going to win? That's the question.
Are they going to win is the big question. I'm going to personally take the Steelers. I think that we just beat the best team in the league. We're going to kind of ride this wave. We're going to be winning by 2+ scores. They're going to come back because we're playing safe again. They might even take the lead at some point. We're going to have to do a comeback. It's going to be a close game. The Pittsburgh Boswells don't like to go down very quickly. It all depends on our defense. If our defense plays like they did last week, we win this game. If our defense plays like they did the last 4 weeks besides last week, we lose. It just depends. Realistically, we need to put up 28+ points to win this game and have a good defense to win this game. If we don't do either of those things, we lose. I'm going to take the Steelers, but it's going to be a very close one.
You're right, Lucas. The Pittsburgh Steelers should beat the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to agree with you on that. The Pittsburgh Steelers should walk in L.A. in the SoFi Stadium, which is probably going to be represented by mostly Steelers fans, since most Chargers fans are from San Diego. So we'll probably see Steelers Nation proud out in Los Angeles, and they should win this game. My biggest issue with the Pittsburgh Steelers is I still don't trust that defense. I mean, Danny Smith could chew that gum as much as he wants on the sideline, but at the end of the day, this defense needs to show up consecutive weeks. 1 week against an amazing Colts team is great. Are they going to do it this week? Are they going to do it next week? Are they going to do it when they eventually make the playoffs? Those are the questions that I ask the most with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I am actually picking the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this week too. I know that might surprise you, but I don't see the Chargers getting one up on this team. I feel like the Steelers right now are so red hot on offense. Although I believe they should have got a wide receiver too during the trade deadline. I feel like that was their biggest mistake. They could have made the call to New Orleans about Olave. They could have got Shaheed. I feel like Shaheed would have been such a good addition. The Seahawks snagged him. I feel like if they would have called the Saints about him, that would have been great. Even the Colts were shipping off of Donnie Mitchell. Yeah, he made that mistake earlier in the season where he dropped the ball before the end zone. I mean, D. McConnell did the same thing. We've seen LaDainian Tomlinson did the same thing. He's one of the best running backs of all time. So there were so many young receivers out there that could have been a good wide receiver too to pair with DK. They could have got for a cheap price, but they didn't make the call. I don't know what Colin was doing. He was snoozing somewhere at Acrisure, but that's besides the point. I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're beating the Chargers on Sunday Night Football.
Just so you know, Danny Smith chews bazooka gum.
Bazooka gum?
Yeah, that's what the announcer said last game.
Okay, well, that's good to know. I don't chew gum, but...
Did you see the ad that the NFL played last week?
Yeah, what's with all these 6-7 ads? I saw about that ad 6 or 7 times. I knew that'd break them. I knew that'd get them. One Austin. Let's go, baby.
That was so good. That was like the best advertisement of all time. I actually cringed the entire time, but it was great.
I did too. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, what is this? Then the second time I saw it, oh, there it is again. And the third time, I'm like, turn this shit off.
It only happened once during the Steeler game.
Yeah, well, I watched the Sunday Night Football game, the 1 o'clock games, and it was even showing on the Dallas games. I'm like, why? Why are you showing this during the Dallas game?
6-7.
Yeah, it's like poor Javonte Williams. He gets the ball fumbled, punched out of his hand. He's like head down the sideline. Schottenheimer's eating him alive. Oh, Joe Buck on the announcer. All right, well, we're going to step aside. We'll be right back after this one. And it fades to black. 6-7. It's like, what's the... Poor Javonte, man. His parents are probably at home like, oh, no, Javante's down. And like he just fumbled the football. And they're probably all crying in the living room. And the next thing you know, 6-7 ad starts playing the second he fumbles. It's like, what? Anyway.
Hopefully he doesn't fumble 6 or 7 more times.
Hopefully not. Monday Night Football is going to be great. You got the Eagles and Packers, but before we get into that game, there are 4 teams that are on a bye this week. You got the Cincinnati Bengals, the Dallas Cowboys, the Tennessee Titans, and the Kansas City Chiefs. All 4 teams needing much deserved rest. I feel like the Chiefs will be back in it. I know they're currently out of the playoff picture right now, but again, you can never count out Patrick Mahomes. Tennessee's going to be on the uprise eventually. Cam Ward, again, give him some time. He's already on a second head coach, and the first full season's not even over yet. The Dallas Cowboys are pathetic. Season's over. Kiss them goodbye. They're 3-5-1 now? Yeah, it's over. Bye. And the Bengals, I mean, the season's over until Burrow comes back. Taylor got to go. Nothing to say about the bye teams.
And Joe we trust.
Okay. And Joe we trust.
Joe and Joe.
Joe and
When
Joe.
in doubt, Cincinnati will have a Joe.
Okay. They need Joe.
Hopefully on this bye week, they take a cup of Joe.
Okay.
Maybe 6 or 7 cups.
Philadelphia Eagles, Green Bay Packers.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is going to be a good game. I'm excited for it because Jordan Love has been very confusing this year. At times he has looked good. At times he has looked bad. His fourth quarter struggles has really shown, though, over the last several weeks. So I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. I'm just going to go on a limb and say that. I understand that there was still some bizarre back and forth banter between A.J. Brown and the media and A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. I don't feel like that is going to get in the way of this team at all. Saquon Barkley needs to step the hell up and step the hell up now. I am very disappointed with the way he is playing. The Eagles' offensive line isn't even that banged up. They were down a right guard. He is coming back this week, so there is no reason why this Eagles run game should not be efficient. There is no excuse.
I know why.
I know why, too, and I'm going to let you be the one to say it.
Madden curse.
Okay, well, that works, too. But I was going to say because...
I was going to say, there's no way you thought of that, too.
I was going to say because of Devontae Smith and how well he's playing, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, that's true, too. I was talking about just Barkley because you said the run game. And
yeah, well, open up the pass game kind of takes away from the run game, too. So
yeah.
Jalen Hurts pretty good at the play action. But no, I love Nick Sirianni. Love what we're doing here. I blame it on the new coordinator because, again, he's just starting to come up. He's under that same umbrella that Gannon was in, that Sirianni was in, and that Steichen was in. So I understand the whole new dynamics they're trying to work out. I'm going to go Philadelphia. This will be a shootout. This will be a good game. I will be in class, but I will definitely be watching on my phone on the bus ride home.
I hope that Barkley at least gets like 60 or 70 yards.
This microphone is about to be shoved somewhere. It's never been shoved before if you keep it up with the damn 6'7" jokes. Go ahead.
No, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Who do you got?
I'll take Philadelphia as well. Green Bay, every time I pick them, they lose.
Or is it the Green Bay curse for you now?
It is the Green Bay curse for me now. And I feel like I really want to pick them, but I know if I pick them, they're going to lose anyways. And they're versing debatably one of the better teams in this league, someone that should be going back to the Super Bowl theoretically. I like Green Bay. I like Jordan Love. He's going to be versing a very, very good defense this week, and he cannot make any mistakes or this defense will capitalize on it. If he throws one misplaced ball, it's going into the hands of a defender. I don't know. I think it's going to be a close game still. I do think Philadelphia is going to have the upper hand on this one. I don't think it's going to be like a close, or a small scoring game. I think it's going to be a big game. I think there's going to be a lot of points thrown around, so I'm excited for it. I'll probably be tuning into. Actually, I'll be at work. I'll probably tune into the end of it, but I think it's gonna be a very good game.
All right, and that right there is all of our NFL Week 10 predictions. I do have a couple of announcements I'd like to make before we end things off today. One of them being the grateful opportunities that I have received this past weekend. Thank you so much to IWC for allowing me to call my first ever full show. Winner takes all. The main event was Duke Davis versus Derek Dillinger, friend of the show, for the IWC World title.
Derek, sucker.
Katie was at ringside as well. It was a great match. Andrew Palace, I got to call a spot with him. Wes Barkley, and not only that, WWE Hall of Famer, $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. Wow, that was a career moment for me. I was very blessed to be on call for that and be the voice behind it. Even $1 Million Man posted it on his pages with WWE sharing. So the fact that that happened and I got to say that I was the one that called that spot, not even just being on color, like actually being the play-by-play guy, means the absolute world. So thank you, IWC, for opening your arms and allowing me to have yet another opportunity to call one of your most highly anticipated shows of the year. Thank you for trusting me enough, trusting my team enough, being respectful to Kevin, who I brought to the show. We're going to try and get the entire team there for December. That's the hope. We're going to talk about it some more off camera because there's a big ladder match. First ever ladder match, I think, at court time that's going to be happening. So that's going to be cool. If it's not the first ever, it's going to be the first one that I'm calling, damn it. So that's going to be fun. I would also like to thank 880 Wrestling for the opportunities with Thursday night fights in each and every single week. I had a successful show with them last week. I ended up being a cowboy referee in an alternate universe somehow. Kevin was the timekeeper. He rang the bell for the whole show. Don't exactly know how that happened, but that's a whole different universe for a different day. That was a fun party as well. The end was a little shaky, but it was okay. It was still a great time. I know I told Lucas the story already. That was a fun moment. I love you, Toddy. Thank you so much for being there for me. Yeah. Okay, now you realize what it was.
No, I realized beforehand too. But,
okay. But
now everyone knows what it is.
But thank you all so much for those opportunities. Some big things coming up this week in terms of content. You can go check out this past Sunday's episode. Caden Warner returned, one of our favorite guests. You got to run into him. I got to run into him a lot throughout the semester. He's been very supportive of this podcast for quite some time. So thank you, Caden, for coming back on, talking about the upcoming Point Park basketball season.
Still hasn't followed me back.
I know. Come on, Caden. You got to follow our man LK back already. I mean, this is the bodyguard right here. This is the triple
bodyguard
P.
by example.
I know. I was
triple P.
I will give you triple P.
Point Park prodigy.
You are the prodigy of Point Park University, but you are not no damn bodyguard by example. Do not. We're going to talk about that at the end of the episode because I want to clip this and actually send this to the leaders by example because we're not doing this unofficial official oath on this podcast. Absolutely the hell not. Kevin already turned his back. You're not doing it too. Here's the dilemma though. Thank you, Caden Warner, for coming on. This Sunday's guest is Pittsburgh made, Pittsburgh paid, and damn it, he's internationally laid. Ladies and gentlemen, MV Young, the king of Pittsburgh. Yeah, I had to do that intro too. That was fun. I know, I love it. And if you want to understand where that story came from, tune into this Sunday's episode. MV Young shared how that originated. So my boss over at 880 Wrestling, my favorite boss, not you, Reese Hayes, you suck, but my favorite boss of 880 Wrestling, MV Young joins us on the podcast this week. I took another bump in the promo, let's just say that. And I'm still kind of feeling it in this episode. So we'll just leave it at that. Outside of that, though, the only other big news that I really have to announce, I'll be at the Pitt Notre Dame game this Saturday. That'll be fun. I'll be at Rise Wrestling for the first time up in Uniontown on Saturday. And I have officially accepted a new gig. I think I told you this. I don't know if I did or not. This Friday, I will be debuting as the brand new PA announcer for RMU women's basketball. I'll be calling a D1 game, which I think will be on ESPN Plus, actually.
Traitor.
I'm not going to be on ESPN. I'm just going to be the PA guy that's going to be in the actual state, in the arena. I will be on the mic introducing all the women's players from both Akron University and Robert Morris University. So thank you so much to Tiana and the RMU crew for bringing me in. I am extremely excited for this opportunity tomorrow. It's going to be great. Excited for it. Outside of that, though, LK and I have been grinding this semester. Got a lot of stuff to worry about with Point Park. 2 Jagoffs Live. We're in the midst of editing. Any big things coming up for you at all? Just Giant Eagle?
Just Giant Eagle.
Giant Eagle?
I don't really got much else going on right now.
We'll get you more involved. Don't you worry. You're a freshman. It's your first year. You got to take it easy. It's baby steps, you know? You got to dip your toes in the water, test it out a little bit, and then cannonball your ass in.
Yeah, gotta go talk to Nina soon.
Oh, we love Nina.
We do love Nina.
Nina's great.
Nina takes my 20-minute conversation to an hour, but I do love her.
We love Nina. I got to ask you this, though, to end things off. I can't stomach the leaders by example. You got some guy named John who was unfortunately on this podcast. You got Clayton King who will one day be on this podcast. You got Marco Narciso and Reese Hayes, amateur wrestler Reese Hayes. And now Kevin Homa, who is sitting at ringside cheering on the leaders by example. He got the mustache. I'm looking at your face right now. Now that I think about it, I see a little bit of stubble growing on above your lip too. Are you trying to join the leaders by example too?
Listen, man, whenever opportunities come, you never say no to an opportunity. So you keep your mind open and your eyes wide open.
You're keeping a lot more things open by joining them leaders by example. You're telling me you're going to align yourself with the guy that betrayed this that we built?
I mean, I wouldn't ever say I'm doing it. I just said, keep your mind open and your eyes wide open. Is that like my new slogan now?
I don't even know what that was.
One day in history, they're gonna be like, "All right, guys, who said?" It's gonna be like on a test. Who said keep your eyes open or your mind open? Your eyes.
I'm gonna pull the curtain back a little bit too. Mr. Jack Dean off camera even stated that he can't stand the leaders by example. And ever since he's made that claim, I haven't seen him on this podcast. Are you silencing a Mr. Jack Dean because of this leader by example agenda? Like, what are you doing? That's your best friend.
I wouldn't say I'm silencing anyone per se. I'm just thinking about who my guest on the podcast should be. going forward. And Kevin Homa has earned my approval in off-camera ways.
That's a sticker. How dare you? That's a heel turn if I've ever seen one. You son of a bitch.
Keep your mind open, your eyes wide open.
Yeah, by leading by example, I guess. Bodyguard by example.
Coat rack Kennedy.
I'm not a coat rack. I'm not getting chug bumped either. That's not happening.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Okay.
Okay. AC.
DTNB.
KH.
Go Pioneers.
JD.
JD.
Jack Dean.
Oh, it's MJD. Mr. Jack Dean.
Well, I mean, I don't call you.
Well, I'm Austin.
Actually, I'm not going to abbreviate all your nicknames. You have like 40 of them at this point.
I got way too many. One of them is John.
John F. Kennedy.
Oh, my Lord.
Coat Rack. Mr. Glass. Professor. Car Hinge.
Ted. Unk.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Elton John.
Some guy named John.
John Cena.
There was one. Oh yeah, you really do resemble young John F. Kennedy.
No, I don't.
We sent that picture in the group chat. You like really resemble young John F. Kennedy.
Even Two Jagoffs Live had us.
Muffler boy.
I do not look like JFK. Stop this.
There's one I can't say. I mean, I could say because there's nothing technically bad, but I'm not gonna say out of respect to the other person.
All right. Well, last announcement I'm going to make. This is the month of professional wrestling. We will have a wrestler, a broadcaster, or someone within the wrestling community on every Sunday for the rest of November. That is the big announcement. I can't say any other future guests yet. We will market them each week on the weekly predictions, so make sure you tune into this episode. But this upcoming Sunday will be MV Young. And a week from today, we will be having a, third special picker this year? Not including my dad. This will be our third special guest picker joining us on Two Jagoffs. Because we had both of the Nicks on, Nick Shermito and Nick Brown.
If you count Nick Nick is a little special, so I guess so.
Okay.
Not Shermito, our Nick.
Yeah, I know it's our Nick. We love Nick Shermito, but Nick Brown.
Yeah, I mean, he has some questionable choice in clothing. Whenever he says he's a Pens fan, then wears a different team's jersey at Two Jagoffs Live, but I love Nick.
Yeah, we love Nick Shermito. Shout out to Nick Shermito for showing up to Two Jagoffs Live and everybody else. Nate Shivens from the We Are Family podcast will be on with us next week. That's going to be a fun episode. I know, yeah, we actually both been on Nate's radio show before. I've been on We Are Family before. I know they want to eventually get you on We Are Family. So,
God.
Yeah, I know. The crossovers are happening. It's happening here at Point Park. I can't wait to have Nate on. He's my guy.
What do they have on that podcast? 4 or 3?
3. It's
Three.
Peyton, Jake Bell, Nate.
Those 3 plus me. Oh, God. Oh, God.
You should have saw it with Nick Brown.
If they bring me on, I'm bringing the 4 horsemen.
Let them know.
I
don't think they do the table setup like us, so you're probably going to have to put it like right in front.
I'll put them on my lap if I have to. The 4 horsemen are coming.
Okay. All right. 4 horsemen will be there. We Are Family.
I don't know if the special guest Bison Buffalo will be there, but his name's Buffalo, by the way. I decided that.
He's a bison?
He's a bison named Buffalo. So now if I call him Buffalo, you can't get mad at me because his name's Buffalo.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, in this hour and a half special with Two Jagoffs, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another very special episode. LK, it's always good to have you back in studio, my friend. I love doing these weekly episodes with you, and I can't wait to have a new guest on next week.
I'm glad we talked about nonsense for 90% of this episode.
Yeah, a lot of this, the first 20 minutes of this episode was talking about me going through a table on Two Jagoffs Live, but that's okay.
And then through it, we were just rambling.
Yeah, and we had a couple other great episodes recently. Caden Water, Toddy Tondera, Joe Dombrowski. Go check out all those amazing episodes. Check out MV this upcoming Sunday, and make sure you check out all the socials. That is where we post all of our updates, all of our promos, and some clips of these episodes. You're not going to want to miss it. Lucas, any final words for the Jagoff Mafia?
Glad to be back. Glad to have the 4 horsemen back. Two Jagoffs Lives went well. Palace, thank you for answering my call. Stay tuned. Let's see how many other people come to my side.
All right. Well, that is Lucas Kuhns and the 4 Horsemen plus Buffalo the Bison. I'm Austin Cairns. Pittsburgh. What?
Sorry. No, continue.
What did I say? No, what did I say?
No, you said it correctly. It's just really funny hearing you say that's Buffalo the Bison.
Well, isn't that his name? That's what you just said.
It is, but it was funny hearing you say it.
Buffalo the Bison.
You sounded so annoyed thinking like, and that's Buffalo the Bison.
Yeah, because I knew you would have got mad at me if I wouldn't have said it.
Yeah, I would have.
Okay, well, that is Lucas Kuhns. Right? Is it Lucas Kuhns? Okay, we don't know. This is hopefully Lucas Kuhns. This is the 4 Horsemen. This guy right here is Buffalo the Bison. I'm Austin Cairns. You guys are all amazing. We love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, see y'all on the next one.
He looks like a coat rack.
I'm not a coat rack. Peace.